Hello there, I'm the Biblical Translator, and today I'm not going to be translating from the Bible. I'm just going to give you some thoughts. And yes, this morning I forgot my phone, so I couldn't do anything this morning. But it made me think. I looked at the Bible and nothing really jumped out at me today. So I thought I would just talk about things that I came across throughout the day, which I thought would be kind of inspirational, I hope. So the first thing that happened when I went to work was I went into the kitchen, and as I was standing in the kitchen, sometimes, let me backtrack a little bit. Sometimes we can covet without really intending to. We see somebody at work that looks happy, or we see somebody on the street that seems that seems to have everything, and we can kind of think, oh, I wish I was as happy as them, or I wish, I had that. Or sometimes we do that. We kind of see people and we kind of think, I wish. And there is a lady at work who, she is so calm and speaks so well, and always seems to be under control. And I watch her and I always think, oh, I wish I could be as level-headed as she is, without, raising my emotions and without getting all kind of caught up. And as I was in the kitchen, I was making myself a cup of tea. Staff come in and out, colleagues come in and out, and they'll stop and talk. And I heard one lady talk about, she had diabetes and how it was really worrying her. The other one said, a friend of hers just died of pancreatic cancer. And then another one was saying, she, her mother was dying of cancer. And then I thought, I don't really like this kind of vibe. I'm going to go into the other kitchen because we've got two. Then we went into the other kitchen. I was looking at people who ordinarily look quite happy and still seem quite happy. But they all seemed to be talking about things that were going wrong in their lives. And even though things was going wrong in their lives, they didn't look upset. They didn't look as though anything was wrong. And I thought to myself, sometimes we go around coveting people, or we watch people, or we wish, and we do not know what's going on in individuals' lives. And it came across to me in that moment that sometimes even that girl who seems so level-headed and calm, that's not necessarily who she is. That might just be the persona she has on at work. Goodness knows what may be going on in her life. And I thought we should really take a moment to appreciate the now, because the now within a second becomes the past. The now that we experience doesn't last for very long. We can be okay now, and then within a second or a minute we can get a phone call giving us some kind of news that's going to take away, that's going to disturb our equilibrium. All it takes is a minute for our circumstances to change. So we really do need to embrace the now that is perfect for you in that moment. The now where you can see, you can hear, you can touch, you can taste, you can feel, you can walk, you can do stuff. And even if you don't have those, the ability, you have something that will compensate. Instead, so many of us, we kind of find fault. We're dissatisfied, we're disgruntled, we don't have enough, we complain, we moan, we become victims, and we blame. Instead of really appreciating the moment, the now that we have, and the now that we have control over. I was even thinking about, I know they've retracted it now, but I was even thinking about those parents who had been worried about their children going into the army, and I was watching a few videos talking about it, and I was thinking about the stress that people were being put under when really they could be embracing something else, when really they could be happy about something else, happy that they're actually able to talk about it, happy that it's not actually going to happen now. It might happen in maybe 2 or 3 weeks' time, who knows? But for now, it's not happening. And for now, you can be happy and embrace and appreciate what you have. Be grateful for what you have now. Yes, I've put here, have you ever looked at jolly people and said to yourself, I wish I was as happy as them? Only to listen to kitchen gossip or some other gossip in some other area, and you hear about cancer, diabetes, nosebleeds. There's one guy at work, he's always going to concerts and he's always seems so happy and content, and this morning he had a red mark on his face, and I said, oh, what's that, lipstick? He said, oh no, I had a nosebleed, I suffer from terrible nosebleeds. And I think to myself, a young man, maybe in his 30s, you kind of think, you know, a lot of people, they kind of relegate pain and disabilities and aches and all these kind of things to the elderly, but the number of young people who have ailments, who have something wrong with them, you can't relegate it now to just the elderly and say, oh, the elderly is frail or the elderly is taking up resources, because it's happening with younger people too. And I was just watching him and he seemed a bit flustered. I said, you know, I just thought, no, I thought it was lipstick, I said. And he kind of laughed and he said he doesn't know what it is. He's got headaches and then he has nosebleeds. And I'm thinking, wow. And, you know, then I was thinking about those who hardly see their spouses, you know, because they have to do overtime. They have to work so hard to find money for childcare and all other kinds of bills. Got those who find that their spouse is cheating and then they have to go home with that knowledge. And some of them try to be polite even though they know. I was watching one of my Korean movies and this man had married a rich woman and he was cavorting with all these young girls, and, you know, she decided to visit him at work. And when she visited him at work, he was with a woman, and he made out like this woman was just a client. But the wife, noticed that there was a lipstick mark on his shirt, and she knew he was having an affair, but she left without saying anything because she said she was afraid of losing him or him leaving her. And so she lives with that pain. She was in the taxi bawling her eyes out. So she lives with that pain, as wealthy as she is. So let's not covet anybody. Let's not wish for something someone else has, or something we believe somebody else is or has. You know what I mean? If we see people, we do not know what's going on in their lives. Sometimes we judge people, sometimes we criticize people because they're not greeting us with a smile. They're not extending a hand of friendship. They either turn their eyes away when they see you, or you think that they do, but they're just going through something and they're unable to process it. So it might be that it's the wrong time when you see them or you approach them, but it's got nothing to do with you. And yet you have it up in yourself, oh, I'm not going to talk to them anymore. Oh, they can talk to me next time. I'm not, because you fear rejection. Let's just try to just be happy with ourselves and be patient with other people. Be patient when people are not as happy and as kind and as caring as you would like them to be in that moment, because we don't know what people are going through.